I knew I wanted to be a police officer since I was 5. I was given a sticker by a police officer. It said junior policeman on it. You know, my parents thought it was cute and they're like, oh, okay, she'll grow out of it and, you know, she'll want to do something else. I never grew out of it. Very hard-headed and I'm stubborn, and that's part of my drive, and that's part, I think, what makes me successful. And when I was a teenager, I thought I knew everything and I thought I ruled the world. I actually left home when I was 16 years old. A lot of people had given up on me. My late nights hanging out with my friends ultimately got me into continuation school. I remember the principal pulling me aside and saying, I've looked at your transcript, what are you doing here? You need to get your head out of your butt. If you continue on this path that you're going on, you're not going to achieve what you want to do. I'm definitely proof that you can make mistakes and come back from them and still be successful. Homicide is the varsity, at least I consider it the varsity team. I met with a lieutenant here and asked him, I said, how do I get on the varsity team? He said, well, you have to work the precursors to homicide. So you have to work domestic violence, or you have to work sex crimes, or you have to work gangs. I took that very literally and I worked all three. And I think that's what's made me a much more well-rounded detective in my unit. I think that my own life experiences, I'm far from being perfect. I've had some darkness in my life. I can relate a little more to the victims that I end up having on my caseload. Most of the people that end up homicide victims, you know, lived a high-risk lifestyle or made some poor choices. I'm very non-judgmental. I always try to relate one way or another to them. Some of these victims don't have families. And then you really realize that I'm the only one left on this planet that's going to care for them. I'm the person responsible for bringing them closure. For me, failure is not an option. People always ask me, how long are you going to work homicide? Till all my cases are solved. And I have unsolved cases, and they wear on me. You are this person's last hope of some kind of justice. There isn't a day that I don't come into work that I don't see my victims up on my wall. And they're the first ones I see when I come in, and they're the last ones I see when I leave. So they're ever present and never forgotten. I had a case that was particularly difficult, and I knew who the suspect was. So it wasn't a matter of knowing who he was, it was a matter of proving it. You know, take a case in front of a jury and having them see it. And I struggled a lot with it. I felt like I was missing something, and I was constantly going home and looking at pictures and saying, what am I missing here? I picked up a rosary and I said, I need help. I just started meditating and asking Blessed Mother, I need your help, I need your guidance. And it is something that's calming, and that's how it started. And then that became that victim's rosary. And so I pick up a rosary every time I have a homicide. It's going to be unique to them, whether it's their favorite color or whether there's a Catholic saint that's around the anniversary of their death. I'll pray for them within 24 hours of their death, and I will use that rosary throughout their case. And when I feel that I no longer need their help, then I give it to the family. And if they don't have a family, then wherever they're laid to rest. And if they're not laid to rest, then I pick a place for them and I leave it there for them.